Forget the birds, stuffing is the real MVP of Thanksgiving, and this week we're helping you prep the perfect feast to make your Thanksgiving plate pop. My next guest knows how to get the most out of this signature side dish. He's trying to jazz me up over here about stuffing. Chef Todd Leonard, he's making me kind of be excited about stuffing. I'm not there yet, but I think he has the key, and we're going to talk about that.
Well, we're gonna make you fall in love with stuffing right now.
Okay, I'm ready. If anyone could do it, you could do it. And you say broth is like kind of the first
broth
thing.
is the key. And so for me, like whenever I do rotisserie chicken or smoked chicken or anything, I'll save those bones and I'll make my own broth. Anytime you roast a turkey, save those bones, put it in a pot, put carrots, onions, celery, and herbs, and make your own broth.
That's the key.
Well, it's a secret. You got to start with good broth, and then the other thing is you really need to start with good bread. So today I'm using wheat bread, marble rye, and this is a buttermilk bread.
Okay.
And so don't just use the cheap bread.
Okay, get good bread.
Good bread makes good stuffing, right? So then we've toasted this off, and you can see how nice and dry it is.
It's like crouton.
Yeah, the drier they are, the more love they can soak up. So speaking
because
of
that is one of the things I don't love is the soggy bread in stuffing. And you're saying there's a couple keys. One is using good bread, getting them kind of toasty, and then a second bake you're going to tell us about. But
so then you want to make your hot tub of love that is going to re-soak or re-energize that bread. That's the stuffing. Then we're going to rebake it. And after you rebake it, then it's not as dry. Then you get this nice caramelized, delicious stuffing.
Okay, so you're making this to pour over it and rebake.
Yeah, so this is very simple.
Okay.
You want to just start with some butter, and you don't want to go skimpy on butter because butter's awesome,
Chef
right?
Todd.
So and stuffing should have lots of butter. So you want to really get several tablespoons of butter in there, and you can even put more in if you want. And then the base of any good stuffing is going to have onions. It's going to have nice fresh celery. Okay, and that's the base. Now, traditionally, in my house, we've always had mushrooms. How do you feel about mushrooms?
I'm anti.
She's anti-stuffing.
I'm sorry.
Here we go.
But that's your go-to. You always do
well,
mushrooms.
I really like mushrooms in my traditional stuffing, but you don't have to put them in. But celery and onions, you do.
So celery and onions are the base. Then you can mix it up with.
Yeah, and then I like to for classic stuffing a little bit of sage. You can add thyme, and you can add rosemary. So fresh,
dried. What is
perfect. So fresh herbs, very important. Like fresh versus dried, you're going to use 1/3 of the dried herbs as you would a full part of fresh herbs.
But use fresh if you can.
Correct. So if 1 tablespoon of fresh herbs, it's 1/3 a tablespoon of dry herbs because dry herbs are a little bit more potent.
Okay.
So you're going to sweat all this down, and that's going to become this nice little hot tub of flavor.
Hot tub of love, and then we pour that over the bread.
Make sure you put plenty of salt and pepper in there.
Lots of salt, lots of pepper, lots of butter.
And I always love to add a little bit of Chef Todd's Pit seasoning.
Of course.
So you want to season that up. Yep. Okay, and then you're just literally going to mix your bread in with it. So this flavor now, so that's going to be traditional. That's this pan here. Just a nice, simple, traditional stuffing. And you can put this in, and then I pull it off the pan and put it in a casserole dish, put tin foil over it, and let it sit. And you don't have to fuss about that for a while. You can put it back in the oven right before you serve your Thanksgiving dinner.
Good to know.
The other thing about stuffing for Thanksgiving dinners is you can make it ahead of time. Have it all ready to go, and then just pop it in the oven, and then just keep it warm.
Okay.
So it's one of those things that's not like, oh my gosh, I got to rush to the last minute, and it's
You can
fussy.
make it, keep it in your fridge.
Yeah,
just
for 3 or 4 days.
Then,
you can prep it ahead of time. So now different flavors. Let's change up classic and change it up. Let's put cranberries in this one.
I like that.
Okay, so that's my base with some pecans.
Love that.
Okay, and then just stir this around. I'm going to add a ton more fresh herbs to this. Rosemary, parsley, chives.
It just gives it such a vibrant color, too.
Yep. And then I'm going to take this right here. I'm going to take some of our dried bread.
Do you ever mix your bread?
Yes.
You do, okay.
So I love to take all 3 of those breads and put it in there. So now we got our cranberries, our pecans, and our herbs. And you notice I added the cranberries, pecans, and herbs last?
Yeah, so they stay a little
I don't want them soggy.
Okay.
I don't want them soggy. So now we just stir this up. Okay, and then that's going to soak up all that flavorful broth and all those herbs. And then literally you just dump that back out onto a buttered pan and you rock and roll. Okay, so then spread that out nice and even.
Yeah.
and then we roast that up. This other flavor here, this has peppers, onions, Cajun seasoning.
Ooh, a little spice.
Yep, and then we're gonna take andouille sausage for this one. And
I like
instead
the
of
sausage.
traditional bread, I'm gonna use
Cornbread.
cornbread.
I
now
hear people love the cornbread stuff.
Cornbread stuffing is great, but it's just different. So if you do it, I like to have both. I like just give me traditional and give me this, and then I'm happy because I don't want to go without my traditional. That would be
And do you cook
sabotage.
that cornbread as crunchy as the other bread?
Yeah, I cook it and then I dice it up and then I recook it so it's really, really dry. Again, why do you want it dry? So it'll suck up all the flavorful juice.
Suck up all the love.
Yeah, and remember, if you want a drier stuffing, then just don't put as much juice in, and it can be a little bit drier. So that's the thing.
That
And then the
looks
last one,
pretty
and
good.
again, that's going to go right on the pan. The last flavor that I think is really fun is I'm going to use this one here. This one is going to be a date, an apple. So these are fresh dates. So put your dates in there, right into that traditional little hot tub of love. Put some apples in there.
apple.
And then this one I'm going to load up with some thyme, lots more thyme and sage.
You're giving us so much to choose from. It like something for everyone.
Yep,
whatever
something for
your
everyone.
taste
So
is.
the main thing is take the traditional, and love it, and enjoy it. But if you want to do something different this Thanksgiving, try apples and dates. Try sausage cornbread. Try
things you
try
like.
the cranberry
Put it in there.
rosemary. Yeah, put it in there for sure. And again, it's that simple. Stuffing made easy.
And you have your beautiful cookbook, we know,
Yep.
and people can actually take classes from you. We learned from you here on Studio 5 that you can actually take classes at UVU.
UVU, yeah. So if you have that underlying passion for cooking and you want to change, guess what? Come down to UVU, go through our program, get a degree, get a certificate, do it quick or slow, and it's a blast. But uvu.edu, you can find us online, and we'd love to have you come down.
Thank you so much. I'm going to try it later. We'll see.
Perfect,
If you've
okay.
switched me to a
Let's
stuffing
have
lover.
a good flavorful stuffing.
Thanks, Todd.
You bet.